Hey everyone, how you going? It's Jen here. Good to see you again. Well, I have an idea, and like all average to fabulous ideas, there's probably many other people who have had it. But I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share a story first, and then the idea. So many years ago, when I was a touch younger, my hubby quite suddenly lost his job. He works in the building industry and he lost his job just before Christmas shutdown, which means nobody in the industry works. There's no jobs to be had. No one's applying. Nobody's interviewing. Blah blah blah. So that meant no income for a while. I was a stay-at-home mum, so there's definitely no money coming in through me. My qualification was as a teacher, and the only option I really had in front of me at that point was relief teaching. And well, it's the end of the year, and in our country, Australia, school shuts down at the end of the year, so no job, no money. So we also didn't have a credit card at the time. It wasn't really the thing. Debit card, yes. Checkbook, yes. Cash, yes. So in those days, when I was young, so long ago, we lived on what we had, and we didn't go into debt for basic things like food and furniture and what have you. So the money ran out pretty quickly, and yeah, we just didn't have anything. Anyway, so one day, our church found out, somebody in our church found out that we didn't have very much, and they put together a hamper and had it delivered to us. And I was deeply embarrassed, but also very thankful, because I had kids and they were hungry, and there's only so many things that you can do with potatoes and flour to feed a family before, well, that runs out and you start getting malnourished. But anyhow, so this box arrives and I was so excited, and I went through it. And the thing that was taking up much of the box, interestingly enough, was toilet paper, a big pack of toilet paper. Hot topic in our country at the moment, if you're not Australian. In Australia right now, the media have set out this massive panic that we're all going to run out of toilet paper because of coronavirus. And so people are hoarding, and there's none left in the shops for average people who just need, 2 rolls. Anyway, so toilet paper took up much of the box, and there wasn't much in the way of food. And I got angry. Because in my mind, our greatest need at that point was food, not toilet paper, not that much toilet paper, and not some of the other things that were in there. So I was very resentful. Shame on me. You can feel a lesson coming, can't you? Anyway, we got on. We used the toilet paper. We used the food. Time kept going. Money got lower and lower and lower until we had nothing really. Anyway, one day I had no toilet paper, and I had no nappy wipes, and I had no serviettes, and I had no paper towel. I had nothing, and I had 2 young children. We were living at home, and there are 3 people in the house who needed to go to the toilet. So I packed up my children to take them to the shopping centre so that we could use their toilets. And my plan was to do that on and off each day, for as long as it took. And just as I was about to leave and put the kids in the car, and the phone rang, and again, olden days, landlines, no mobile phones, so if you don't answer, you miss out. So I answered the phone, and it was one of the very few people who knew our situation and how deep it was. And she's like, "Oh, you sound busy. Did I catch you at a bad moment?" I said, "Oh, I was actually about to take the kids to the shops." And she was so excited. She's like, "Oh my goodness, does that mean you've got some money and you can go to the shops and buy some supplies?" I'm like, "Oh, no, we're going to the shops to use the toilet." And she was a little bit shocked at that. And anyhow, the conversation wrapped up because I had 2 kids that were busting to use the loo, sitting in, about to get in the car, and little kids don't hold on very well. So we wrapped it up, and we went off to the toilets at the shops. I had a little bit of a walk, stretch your legs, go to the park. I don't remember what else we did. Anyway, by the time we got back, this sweet lady had gotten into action, and at my front door were piles of rolls, like packets and packets upon packets of toilet paper, enough to keep us going maybe for half a century. And I was so thankful, but I also had a little laugh to myself about the lessons that God affords us in our pride. I was annoyed at receiving toilet paper at a time when I should have understood that God knows my needs and cares for me and knows what I need before I do. And I wasn't thankful. And so he let me be a bit of a prodigal son and experience the hard way how to be thankful for simple things like toilet paper. Anyway, I was very thankful to my friend for being a solution. So that's my little story. And I just want to think at the moment about those of us who have been hoarding toilet paper in panic over what the media has been spreading, whether it's true or not. We're reacting, some of us, out of fear. Well, clearly plenty of us, because there's no toilet paper at the shops. And I want to think about those of us who didn't hoard, who were sticking to a routine, maybe only have a certain amount of time off to get to the shops, maybe are disabled, maybe are sick, maybe elderly, maybe can't get around very often, and you've missed your chance and you're down to your last couple of rolls, last roll, last squares, and you're not quite sure what to do next. So I'm thinking about a lot of people right now. For those of you who know me, I had a spine surgery about this time last year, and I couldn't get out for 5 months. So I understand a bit of what it's like to be struggling. Excuse me, I've got a little gurgle in my throat, so we're just going to call that funny bodily noises and move along. So I want to talk about solutions now. So here's the idea. What if those of us who hoarded took, I don't know, a quarter, a third, a half of what we've hoarded and got brave and pooled it with some friends who didn't hoard, who can maybe afford to share 1 or 2 rolls? And what if we started sharing? What if we started sharing with our community? What if we turned the tables on fear and started responding with generosity, crazy, wild, over the top generosity?